Hello everyone, and welcome to day number 112 of your daily Chofetz Chaim. Today we continue with the 9th chapter of the Laws of Rechilus. Chofetz Chaim writes in Halacha number 5. Now we will discuss a very important element of what we had learned earlier, and that is that the entire permissibility of being able to say the Rechilus in order to avoid having a bad partnership be created. This is only true if they haven't already created it. However, if it has already been created, then it depends. If you know that through what you are telling this person about the person that he had already created this partnership with, you know that he will not take matters into his own hands, but he will simply avoid any potential damage. He will be vigilant and make sure that the issues that you're concerned about don't come to pass. Then you are not only allowed, but you should share that information with him in order that he should be aware and protect himself moving forward. However, if this is the kind of person that if you were to tell him, he will believe you immediately as absolute fact, either because he's just the kind of person who believes negative things about others, or because he trusts you and you're the one telling him this information, and then he is going to go and take matters into his own hands, then it will not be allowed. And this is even true if what he's going to do is no worse than what would have happened had they in fact gone to Beis Din, the Jewish court, and they would have told him, based on all of this information, that he would be allowed to dissolve the partnership or whatever else he intends to do. Nevertheless, it's still not allowed because you are, at the end of the day, only a single witness. And even if you were to go to Beis Din with this information about the other person, Beis Din would not act on that because Beis Din requires two witnesses in order to act on any such information. So therefore, the Chofetz Chaim says, if you are indeed one of two witnesses, and then you want to go and tell this person about the partner that he had just joined with, then that would be permissible as long as that person is not going to do anything beyond what a Beis Din would have done had you in fact gone to Beis Din, had your testimony accepted, and the Beis Din would have made a decision. As long as nothing worse than that is going to happen, then it would be permissible. However, if this person is going to do anything worse than that, then certainly it would not be allowed, and of course you need to have all the criteria fulfilled that we have learned in the past. And then halacha number 6, the Chofetz Chaim says, this permissibility of two people being able to tell this one individual and warn him about his partner, this really only helps for the Rechilus aspect of it. However, there's another issue, and that is being Mesayeya Ledvar Avera, helping someone to sin, causing them to do something that potentially will lead to sin. And that is because in this scenario, the person who you're talking to is not really allowed to believe you and accept it as the truth, and certainly not to act on it, because really the only way he's allowed to believe you is if you actually give formal testimony in Beis Din. The Beis Din then accepts that testimony and then tells that person what he can do with his partnership. But until that time, he's really not allowed to believe you, and therefore by telling it to him, if you feel that he's going to in fact believe you, that would not be allowed, not because of Rechilos, but because you are potentially helping someone to sin. And in general, the Chofetz Chaim says it's very difficult to have all the different criteria fulfilled, and not everybody knows all the different rules, and it's very unlikely that this case will actually come to pass, that it will be permissible with the two witnesses and all of that. So therefore, the Chofetz Chaim says, if you think this is the kind of person who's going to take matters into his own hands, then it is better not to say anything and leave it alone. And Shomer Piv L'Shainai, the person who guards his speech, Shomer Mitzaras Nafshai, is also guarding himself from the tzaras that he might bring upon himself through the things that he's going to say.